If you've tried to do anything related to automation, AI, or process improvement over the last 8 to 12 months, I can almost guarantee that you're overcomplicating it. The reason I know this is because I've done it myself. I've gotten carried away in all of the APIs, MCPs, and all the other 3 to 4 letter acronyms that make AI seem inaccessible. Either that or you've been using it to make brain rot memes or fake ring cam videos. So what I'm going to show you today is something that you will probably already know at least a little bit about, but that you might not be fully understanding. Today we're going to be talking about what a GPT is and why it is the proverbial spark to the fire that is now the AI revolution. What you'll realize is that if you can make a simple custom GPT, you'll be able to make better decisions about how to use AI in productive ways, and you'll gain a skill that will empower you in every step you take forward from here. If you're new to the channel, my name's Marshall, and I help business owners, consultants, and people who are just plain curious about AI learn how to use it without needing technical skills. I've spent thousands of hours and over 10 years testing and building systems and strategies, and I share everything I'm learning here with you. You can get to know me and my team at Infinite Growth a little bit better with the links in the description. I've got our website and also some links for you to be able to schedule a call and talk with us a little bit about your business or what you're aspiring to do with AI. So let's dive into it. What is a GPT? Well, what it stands for is Generative Pre-trained Transformer. It generates new, unique content. It's been trained on a bunch of information and data before using it, and it follows a set of rules or logic that you can give it to be able to generate the content that you would like to see. So simply put, a custom GPT is there for you to be able to give your directions to and examples of your desired outcomes to a pre-trained system, and it follows those directions. Now you can choose your pre-trained system in multiple places. For me, I use the following 3. I use ChatGPT's Custom GPT setup, I use Claude projects, and I use Perplexity spaces. All of these do the same things. You can upload documents, give directions, instructions, and information to be able to get the generative output. So why are custom GPTs so important? Well, if you go into the AI communities on LinkedIn or here on YouTube, you're going to find thousands and thousands of videos of people going through detailed and complex build-outs of automations and systems and saying, this is AI, this is how you use AI. But automation is not the same thing as AI. In fact, a large majority of what individuals and businesses are actually using to get results are automations. And for this video, we're really just seeing AI as a branch of automation. Now, this is where the spark that I'm referring to shows up. Here's an example of one of the first automations that we made in our team to help us do things quicker. What this automation does is that it's triggered at 6 a.m. and 1 p.m. to pull details of AI news from various sources, take that news and put it together into a single report, analyze the content, and focus on the most important pieces of information. And what we do there is a simple automation is we would just send that by email to us so that we can see it on a day-to-day basis. Now, in order to enhance this automation and bring AI into the mix, it's a very simple question. Where can we generate new content that's been trained on a massive data set and have it follow a set of rules and logic to create or output content? And in this case, what's happening is we take all that information that we've gotten from the AI news websites and we run it through a variety of prompts and guidance from a custom GPT, from OpenAI, to determine what kind of content we want on Sunday, what kind of content we want to focus on Monday, Tuesday, etc., etc. And we're also going to make sure that we can avoid any kind of repetition and that it will have a memory. So every single time it gives us a report, it will be unique and helpful. Not only that, but it's going to generate a script of that news report, and it will send it through to 11 Labs, which is a voice AI generator, and output that file through email to us so that all of this news, all of this information that originally we just got as an email is now like a podcast. It's an audio file we can listen to get the same news. So all that happened to make this possible was we gave the model that was pre-trained information and rules that we wanted it to follow to generate content. We literally just made a GPT and built it into the automation. That is the AI. So we've enhanced the automation with AI using an LLM model and gave it directions to give us an output. So while this might not seem groundbreaking at first, what I'm helping you realize is that using AI effectively is just creating a custom GPT over and over in different contexts to do different tasks. There is actually no AI process, tool, or system that can be built without understanding the fundamental basics of creating a custom GPT. So once you know how to create a custom GPT, you can then learn to create the rules and logic and have the proper documents to give it directions to work for you. This is where automation becomes transformational, because then you don't have to have a person doing manual work to get the task done. And not only to get it done, but to be able to enhance it, just like I showed you with that audio file that we create. If you know how to create a GPT, then that is what empowers you to take your automations and your systems from just kind of doing tasks to being able to actually generate ideas, content, responses, and work for you. Being able to make a custom GPT makes all of the other steps to make AI work for you in your business or your personal life easier. So now you're going to be able to follow along, and we're going to build a custom GPT together. There's a file linked below that will give you access to this document, which is going to show you a framework for how to build out a custom GPT from scratch. This is the wireframe framework. So what it does is it's a structured system for designing precise, intelligent, and context-aware instructions when building a custom GPT. And it's broken up into 7 sections. Now, you don't have to use every single one of these sections, but this document is linked below in the description. And I want you to follow along and be able to see how this actually works. So we'll be defining who, intent, rules, examples, format, requirements, and things to avoid. And just be sure that you use this correctly. The green sections of this document are directions on how to fill out that section. And the blue section is the part of your work that you're going to fill out, and then you're going to copy and paste it into your GPT. So let's get started. Now, one thing that you need to know is that in order to create your own custom GPT, you're going to have a pro account of sort from Claude, Perplexity, or ChatGPT. If you're not using multiple and you're just looking to have one, you can absolutely do that. I recommend that you just start with the ChatGPT account. It's about $20, and you don't have to keep it forever at the end of the day. And if you aren't looking to follow along, still watching how this works is going to help you understand why creating a custom GPT is the backbone of understanding how AI fits into whatever you're doing. So once you open ChatGPT, you're just going to go over to the left. You'll see GPTs, and you can go to Explore. And then at the top right, you just click Create. So now we're in the custom GPT creation platform. One thing that's really, really cool is that you can actually prompt ChatGPT to help you make a custom GPT. I do recommend you do that. But for the sake of understanding how it works and actually having it influence how you use AI going forward, I'm going to really recommend that you kind of do it by hand. So let's just name our GPT first. I'm going to name this the best YouTube video GPT ever. The description is, it makes the best YouTube videos ever, okay? So instructions. This is where you're going to open up the wireframe framework, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. First, we're gonna define the role. Who is this GPT? What are they gonna be doing for you? Follow the directions here and you can start filling this out. For me, I'm gonna say you are a content creation expert. So here's our example of who our GPT is. I'm going to take this, I'm going to copy it, and then I am just going to go in and I'm going to start putting it in instructions. So you will keep the format here. See how I've left this hashtag or pound sign that says your role and expertise and then starts breaking down the information? Well, that's exactly how we want it, so don't change that format. Now we're just gonna go ahead and move on to the next one. So what you'll do is you'll follow that form and you'll use each section that applies to what you're trying to build and just copy and paste it one after another right there in the directions. Okay, so now that we've finished the instructions and we followed the guide, we'll just put some examples of conversation starters. What is your most recent YouTube video idea? What are the most important things needed to create a good YouTube video? And what should I avoid doing that would hurt the performance and value of my latest YouTube video. So these are just examples of how you can start off the chat. Now, files. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to upload some files that I have related to YouTube content, and it's going to be able to use these files to give me good answers. Okay, so I uploaded some documents there, and you can upload all kinds of things here. For this, I want the YouTube channel to be able to fit my brand and how I go about communicating and how I like to talk. So I'm gonna actually upload some documents that I have written over time to give it an idea of how I speak, how I approach things, and I'm going to give it a brand guide. What are the ideas I want to convey? What are the things that are important to people who are viewing my videos? Things like that. Now it's going to ask me to choose a recommended model. You don't have to do that. Usually it'll just do it automatically. That's the best one in my opinion. And you can equip it with some capabilities. In this case, I'm going to keep web search so that we can search for YouTube videos that are trending and things that work. We'll keep Canvas on here so that it can actually go in and help me generate content. And then also image generation. If I want it to help me create a thumbnail or an image for my videos, it's going to be able to do that. Now, if you're getting a little more advanced, you can start going into this actions section. Now, what will happen in actions is that you can give it logins or you can give it authorization or a key to be able to go in and take actions in other sites or in tools that you already have. In this case, we're going to go ahead and just keep it simple, and we are going to just build this GPT as is. So let's go ahead and start. My newest video needs to make every viewer $1 million as they implement it in their business. And here we are. It knows exactly how to start. It's going to be able to start working around the directions and concepts I gave it to help me create this video. So again, to just prove to you how powerful this is, we've created this custom GPT. And let's say that I wanted to create a tool that would help me make YouTube videos without me. And let's say I wanted to create a tool that would help me make YouTube videos without having to write it all myself. That's not how I do it, but let's say we wanted to do that. What we would do is create automations that pull information together on how I go about YouTube videos and what my video is going to be about. And it would create a prompt that would send in to the best YouTube video creator ever, gain the proper information and context to spit out an output at the end, which would then help me make my YouTube video. Now, I want to be clear, a custom GPT itself doesn't always just get plugged into a system, but the fact is that learning how to make a custom GPT and how AI actually works with you as a human, with your ideas, your documentation, your information, that gives you so much power to understand where AI can be used. The uses are limitless. Anywhere that you can take information you have, plug it in to a GPT or to an AI, and have it spit out content and information at the end that meets the rules and logic you've given it. That is using AI. Now, if you're running a business or a team, maybe you don't want to sit down and build 10, 15 of these, or maybe build even one of them. That's why we're here at Infinite Growth. We help businesses and companies build out custom GPTs that actually do what you want them to do, and we work with your team to make them extra effective to save you time, money, and energy. Now, custom GPTs can be far more complex than this one I've built here, but just be aware that once you understand how to actually make one, you're basically seeing that little spark, that the inner workings of how AI gets plugged into systems to start doing work for people and creating real results. So if you want to talk about creating a custom GPT for you or your team, or you just want to learn more about how AI can be implemented in your business, you can visit our website at infinitegrowth.ai, and there's also a link below here in the description where you can book a call with my team and we can learn a little bit more about what you're trying to do with automations, process improvement, and AI. Now, if you're looking to take this information to the next level and learn a little bit more about the risks associated with AI in your business, I highly recommend you check out my video linked up here, which is how not to use a custom GPT and the risks associated with using AI in your business and some of the possible solutions that we can help you with to make it safer for you and for your customers. Thank you for joining me, guys. If this has been useful to you, go ahead and share it with somebody who you think it would help as well. And drop a subscribe here, comment, let us know what you would like to see and what the next step is for you. I hope that learning how to communicate with AI makes things in your life and in your business easier, saves you time, money, and energy. That's why we're here. Have a great day and see you next time.